Ypres is a town in the province of West Flanders in Belgium. 100 years ago, Ypres was the scene of one of the bloodiest episodes of the First World War, costing countless human lives and leaving the survivors with lifelong physical and mental scars. In the Battle of Passchendaele that took place around this area in 1917 in only 100 days, about 500,000 men were killed for only 8 kilometers gain of ground. Ypres vividly symbolizes the futility of warfare, mindless waste of human lives, great suffering and pain. The traces of war still visible in the landscape of Ypres through hundreds of cemeteries, monuments and museums dedicated to the war. Sometimes these traces are hidden underground. Regularly human remains and unexploded shells are dug out to the surface by the farmers.
D'accord. J'ai votre numéro, je vous appelle et
Oui.
vous pouvez m'envoyer un...
Non, de toute façon, à l'heure, ici, vous le devez dire que c'est comme ça. Hein? Parce que
D'accord.
la
Ouais,
police,
ouais.
la police ne pardonne pas ici.
Oui,
Hein?
oui.
Vous voyez le musée, je pense que c'est là-bas. Le musée que vous
Oui,
allez.
je crois que c'est ça.
Ça, c'est le musée.
Tourisme, c'est ça, oui.
Hein?
Ouais.
Et moi, je vais vous déposer derrière.
D'accord.
As a result of continuous shelling during the war, the medieval town Ypres, with its centuries-old architecture, had been completely demolished. After the war, during the 1920s and 1930s, the whole town was reconstructed exactly as it looked before the war, in the Flemish medieval and Renaissance styles. The Manning Gate is a war memorial to the missing soldiers in the Ypres battlefields. Hundreds of thousands of servicemen of the British Empire marched through the town of Ypres Manning Gate on the way to the battlefields throughout the war. It bears the names of more than 54,000 Commonwealth servicemen killed in the Ypres salient during the First World War who have no known grave. The memorial says, "Here are recorded names of officers and men who fell in Ypres salient, but to whom the fortune of war denied the known and honored burial given to their comrades in death." Most of those who fell on the Passchendaele battlefields are buried in Tyne-Court Cemetery near the town Ypres. It is the largest Commonwealth military cemetery in the world. Nearly 12,000 soldiers of the British Empire from the First World War rests here, while more than 8,370 of the burials are unidentified. The site's surrounding memorial wall contains the names of 35,000 soldiers missing in action.
In South Africa, it's a springbok. Springbok is a symbol of South Africa, so a kind of a bok. For all the other emblems are from Great Britain. I will show you, because you are in fact a kind of group that I think is here in the field of peace, and I will show you a very special grave.
The Battle of Pas-Chantel is a horrific and brutal example of trench warfare. Once, these long, narrow ditches dug into the ground were thick, stinking mud that swallowed up men and horses at the same time, brimming with the rotting bodies of soldiers and millions of rats devouring on human remains. Various diseases and infections occurred out of these conditions, took many lives, along with constant gunfire by the enemy. Pas-Chantel became a nightmare, where smashed bodies lay so close together you could not put a foot in front of you without stepping in rotting flesh, one witness said. Today, European nations are committed to learn from the catastrophic events of the past, like those witnessed on Flanders fields. Also, it took another more destructive world war to end the violence within the European continent. Over 60 decades, the European Union has been representing such commitment to lasting peace and reconciliation among its member states.